This morning we're going to be talking EDC. That's the gear you carry with you every day. There's lots of different reasons that people might want to carry gear. There's lots of different ways people do it. Today we're going to be talking about the right way, which is my way. I've got certain gear that I carry on me, on my person. I really don't like that. But gear that I carry on me all the time, and then I've got some gear that I carry in one of these two bags. These are both bags from Eberlestock. Full disclosure, they gave me a code so I could save a little bit of money on them to make this video, but they're not paying me anything. They're not a sponsor. They didn't give them to me for free, and they don't get a say in anything with this video. This is the much larger bag, my backpack that I carry around. I'm gonna do a dedicated video about this in the future, so I'm just gonna set this off to the side back here. That'll be coming out in the next few weeks, month, I'm not sure exactly. We'll get to the sling bag in a few minutes here. We're gonna start with what I carry on me every day. Kind of the way I've got this broken down, the stuff that I use a lot or need quick access to is on me, and then the stuff that maybe I don't need as much or I'm just carrying for whatever reason, just to have it or whatever. That'll make more sense when we go through that, but that's what I've got this bag for. First thing I carry is a flashlight. I love this this is the Streamlight Micro Stream. It's got high and low, I guess. I use this a lot just for if I'm taking the garbage out at night because I forgot it's garbage day and I got to run it down at 10:30. If I'm doing just little things, it's nice and small so you can just hold it in the palm of your hand, get into small tight spaces if you're trying to fix something. Honestly, I used to think that all I needed was my phone for a flashlight until I got this. It's a super small form factor. It's super easy to carry. Some guys even put like a tie around it so they can have it like bungee corded almost to their hand. There's lots of different ways you can do with this. Only thing I don't like is it is a micro USB rechargeable. I wish it was USB-C. It's a little bit older of a light, so Streamlight, you need to update this so I don't have to carry a bunch of cords. Everything else is USB-C that I have, other than this. Next, I carry palm pepper spray. Maybe this is a good time for the message that my legal team said I had to say. I carry a lot of different things. This is just my standard stuff that I carry. If I'm going somewhere that I'm not allowed to carry certain things, work, whatever that is, I adjust it. I'm not breaking laws. I'm not carrying things that I shouldn't into places that I shouldn't. And you shouldn't either until those laws change. There, happy? Back to this, palm pepper spray. I've been carrying palm branded pepper spray. Jeez, it was during the pandemic when I got it. What was that, 2021 probably? So 4 or 5 years now. Maybe more than that even. Maybe it was before. I've been carrying this for a long time. I had to use it at least once, where I've actually sprayed it. I've had it out ready to go a couple other times. I was training for a bike race. I was doing a 20-mile race. I was doing some hills one day, and long story short, this lady had 2 big dogs that she was not in control of. One of them got off the leash and was chasing me. I'm a pretty fast bike rider, but not up a hill outrunning a dog. So I had this. I had an option of less lethal, so reached over, blessed it with the hot sauce, and that dog no longer wanted to bite my leg off. It worked out really well. And didn't have to fire any shots. No dogs were dead. She just had to wash the dog's mouth out, mouth, eyes, whatever. She yelled at me a lot, but whatever. I was okay. Cops were good with it. So Palm did send me a replacement when I was getting ready to make this video. I saw that it was expired because I had it that long. I reached out, told them what I was doing. They sent them over. So I'm going to do a dedicated video on that also at some point, before, after. I'm not sure where it fits with that bag. Maybe we'll go through that because I carry more in there when I can. But yeah, so this just sits right in my waistband, comes out. It's a pretty small form factor. Both of these actually stay in there all the time. Even when I'm sleeping, for the most part, I leave them in there. Sometimes I forget and don't take them out, but they fit really well there, or back pockets or something like that. So those two go everywhere with me. I also usually carry some sort of blade. I've got a bunch of other ones, but these are my 3 that I carry a lot. They're not necessarily the highest quality, but I'm known to lose things, break things. I've had multiple knives that I've broken the tip off because I use them as a prying tool. They are not. The one I carry the most is the Leatherman Skeletool. It's a small multi-tool. It's got a blade on the side here. Nothing crazy, but great for opening boxes, packages, stripping wires, anything like that that you might need. It's got a bottle opener here. I don't really use that all that often, but for some reason all multi-tools have a bottle opener function because it's whatever. On this arm, it's got a screwdriver, and this just pops out. You've got a flathead bit, and then in the other side here on this arm, there's a storage spot, and there's a Phillips bit. This has a large and a... Now I just have a Phillips bit. but it has a large and a small. Leatherman also sells a kit. I think it's got like 20, maybe 40 different bits that you can carry. So that would be something I would keep in here probably. I've also got a full bit set in my big bag, but that kind of thing just to get in. It's a little bit awkward because it's not perfectly straight, but just for tightening small things, you don't run out and grab your actual tool set or whatever. This works out really well. And like everything else, like every other multi-tool, it has pliers with some wire cutters, and I guess it looks like a wire stripper in there too. So this works out really well. I actually lost this. I've lost this a couple times. Fell out of my pocket when I was shoveling snow at church. I didn't find it till the spring. Threw it in a Coke bath, Coca-Cola, over maybe for a couple days. Got a lot of the rust off. I was in there with sandpaper and everything, and you could barely tell now. There's a couple little spots, but held up really well. Problem with this and the other normal pocket knives, I wear athletic shorts a lot, and it falls out of my pocket in between the seats of my truck or whatever. So we'll get to my workaround of that in a few minutes here. Another one I carry is this little Gerber. I don't even know the name of this. I think it came with something else. Just a small blade, again, opening packages or stripping wires or little things like that. It works really well. It doesn't even have a thumb stud, so it's kind of hard to open. But maybe this is the time to say that I think knives are a pretty terrible self-defense tool. There was a Navy SEAL I was watching, he was talking about some different tactics, and he said that in all of his training on self-defense, he's learned that a knife is a terrible, terrible self-defense tool because anytime you get in a knife fight, you're gonna get stabbed. So that's why I carry other things and just walk away. Don't get into ego fights. Don't go places you shouldn't. Be smart, be responsible. Don't do that. Now, the other one, my workaround for losing those all the time is this. This is the Splinter from Warrior Poet Society. I don't even know if they make this anymore, actually. I got this, I think it was like a closeout, but it's got this sheath, and I added the Ulti-Clip. So you can see, I can get the waistband of my shorts right in there, cinch it down, and that stays put. I don't have to worry about it just sliding out or whatever. Sits right here. And not too big of a form factor. If you look compared to this little one, the blades are pretty much, there's a little difference there, but the blades are pretty much the same size. It's a little small knife, but again, for what I'm using it for, it's perfect. I like trying to travel somewhat lightly. I hate when my pockets are huge, got all kinds of stuff just weighing me down. Again, why I have this bag. Other stuff I carry, I've got my iPhone 16 Pro. I went with the Pro because I do a lot of photo and video editing for social media and that kind of stuff. I do some photojournalism, so I want to be able to edit some photos really quick and get them posted. And so I was hoping the Pro was going to be better. It is probably better than the normal one, but it's not as good as like my iPad or computer. Otherwise, it's an iPhone. What do I say? I've got the quad lock case on there. My bike that you can't see because it's behind the camera that I'm pointing at has this on there. It's a quarter turn and it locks into place. I've had it on some really rough trails, shaken away, but it didn't come off. I've also got one on the dashboard of my truck, so I can put it up there, and it's actually magnetic on that one, so it just locks into place. I've been pretty happy. I think this is the second, maybe third phone that I've had a case like this on, and they've worked out really well. I've also got my truck keys. I've got the standard whatever clicker, an old-fashioned key. I've got a couple keys, one for my tonneau cover, and I think the other's for my stop box safe that's in there. And I've got an AirTag because, like I said, I lose stuff, so I can at least get somewhat close, hit the beeper, and it'll pop up. And I've got a 90s. This is their S-Beaner. What's the model here? The Slide Lock number 3. They've got different sizes and everything. What I like is this little thing here locks it so your keys don't fall out, and clip it on stuff, clip it on your bags, whatever. That's it for what I carry on me. Actually, I've got my watch. I wear a watch every day. This is the Garmin, I believe this is the Fenix 6. Fenix 6? This is the Fenix 6X Pro. I've had this for a long time. I like a smartwatch. I can get my notifications. I use it a lot for exercise, like I said, biking and all that kind of stuff. I've got a few other watches. I've got one my dad got me when I graduated from basic training in the Army. I've got one my mom got me when I graduated from high school. I don't wear them a lot, but just the nostalgia of it. So that's about it. Like I said, I try to travel pretty lightly, and this is the best way that I've figured out for me, which is by default the best way to do it. All right, quick coffee break here. Now, let's get into this sling bag. Before I had this, I had a cheap Eddie Bauer bag. It worked really well. I liked the concept, but I needed to upgrade to something a little bit better. We'll talk about that as we get into it. I wanted something that didn't look super tactical. I wanted it to be the gray man blend in kind of thing. So it didn't have Molly all over it, didn't have Velcro patches with don't tread on me. And if that's what you want, great, not what I was going for. This comes in black and a like brownish tannish color. Not super, they kind of do look tactical, I guess, but it's this ripstop on the outside. I think it looks a lot like one of those like Osprey hiking packs or something that they're very common. It doesn't scream, I've got a gun in here. And that's kind of the whole goal. Jeremy Sires hates these sling bags. He's a big fan of the fanny packs, but I think this is a lot more versatile. I think it gets you a lot more space. It's easier to carry and it looks better, much better. So front, back, back, front. I think the side that goes against your back, we're gonna call the back, even though as you're walking, that's the front, whatever. This is the front for me. It's got ambidextrous zippers, meaning there's one on each side. I kind of thought that was silly at first, until you get a bunch of stuff in here. It's a lot easier to get to it. You don't have to dig everything out. So in this front pocket, I carry my wallet. This is just a cheap knockoff, whatever, from Amazon, kind of like a carbon fiber. I highly doubt it's actually carbon fiber. Inside, I've got, I don't know, 10-ish cards. I've got a little bit of cash in here. And deep down in here, I've got this. We're back on the AirTag train. This is from Chipolo. It's about as thick as, I don't know, maybe 2 credit cards, but it connects to the Find My network, and it works just like an AirTag, so I can find my wallet when I lose it. Hasn't been as much an issue since it's been in here, but when it was in my pocket, it would fall out all the time. So another reason it's in here. I also, in this pocket, I carry a little thing of sunscreen. I've got some dude wipes, because when you get all hot and sweaty, you gotta clean up a little bit. I've got this knife and the Gerber dime. Both of these are more placeholders than anything else. This I just had, so I put it in there. And this is a cheap knife from Walmart. I've had this bag for, I don't know, 2 weeks now. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to do it. So if you have a recommendation for a good, I want something a little bigger, fixed blade, probably, knife to carry in here. I don't have any specs or budget or anything like that yet that I want. I'm not sure exactly what direction I want to go. I've got a couple ideas, but let me know your recommendation. Maybe give me maybe a budget and a win the lottery version or something like that. But so that's in here. There's also a little zipper pocket on the inside, and in that I've just got a phone charger, a USB-C phone charger. So it doesn't work on my flashlight, but it works on everything else. So that's in there, and I believe that's everything for this front pocket. Now the middle pocket, I have a first aid kit, and that is it. But you can see there's a ton of space in there, and that's by design for me. I wanted it to be a spot that I could add things to it. So if we're at the zoo and my kids get a stuffed animal, I can put it in there. If they're whatever, I can add stuff to here. If the bag's already chock full, then you can't add anything to it. First aid kit, and really all of this, I'm here for the utility side of it, not as much how it looks. So this is in a Ziploc bag. It keeps it protected. It's waterproof-ish, which I think this bag is weather resistant to some degree also. But this stuff here, maybe it doesn't look the coolest. It's not gonna be the greatest on Instagram with a top-down shot with some cool lights, which maybe I will do that. But I'm here for the utility side of it more than anything else. If you buy your gear for how it looks, there's nothing wrong with that, but so in here on top, I've got a little baggie of ibuprofen. I carry a tourniquet. Those of you who aren't familiar, this is the RATS tourniquet. The idea is that it fits, well, they say any size limb. Probably not any size limb, but it fits kids and animals and that kind of stuff. It was developed by the Special Forces. It's different than the cat tourniquet. I've tested this extensively. I had another one that I used just for testing, and put it on a bunch of different people, size arms, legs, whatever, with check pulses. I actually use the Doppler, which is kind of like an ultrasound, and you can put it right on the artery, and you can actually hear it as you're getting it tight, and it worked on everybody I tested it. So I trust it, and I think it folds up a little bit smaller. I like that, I carry it in there. Also got some rolled gauze. This little package has 4 yards of material in it. So what's that, 12 feet? Basically in this little package for packing wounds, for doing other medical things. And I also in here carry a Israeli bandage, pressure bandage, whatever you want to call it. When I was in the Army, that's what we called it. I think that's not the PC term anymore, but I've got this in here. Kind of works similar to a tourniquet. You wrap it around and it puts pressure on a wound. And I've got a bunch of Band-Aids because my kids and me with my knives, I'm irresponsible. Cut away from yourself. When you cut towards yourself, you need these. So we've got my medical stuff, and that is it for the bag, except this back pocket, pouch, whatever here. And this is what sold me on this bag. So this is gonna screw up the sound, I apologize. But you're carrying it, something happens, you can swing it around like this, grab, there's a T-handle here, slide this open, coming in, and draw. Now, this is clear. This is my M&P Shield Plus. I really like this. You don't have to worry about dropping it, shooting yourself in the back, whatever. So we will put this off to the side. And in here, let's take it off. This is why I ended up upgrading my bag. Yeah, sound's still there. From the other one, this, number one, it opens completely, and you have Velcro in here. This holster, I just put some Velcro on the back of it. I'm still trying to figure out exactly which holster I'm putting in here and all that. But it's hook and loop Velcro here, so you can mount other things in here. I could even take this knife. That might happen, actually. You can mount anything in here on the Velcro you want. Actually, I believe this whole bag, this inner pocket has hook and loop. The front one does not, but the middle and the back one have hook and loop, so you can put it in there. I think you can even get plates for it. This opens up here. Right now it's just foam in there, but I think I saw that you can get a plate, which actually, another reason, Jeremy, when you swing this around, it would be like this. If you've got a plate in there, now you've got a little bit of protection that your fanny pack doesn't give you. So, that's why I went with this bag. I've got some stuff, some tweaking I need to do to it. I think you can actually even get like a hydration. Yeah, you can. So it's got that. You can put a hydration bladder in here. There's a lot of different ways you can customize this, which I really like. That's everything that I carry on an everyday basis. It's got a purpose to it. This bag is kind of a catch-all for everything else. I can grab it, take it into a store with me, take it wherever I need to go, take it into the house at night, and everything's just in one spot. I don't have to carry a bunch of things around with me. Now, I've been talking about this bag a little bit behind me. That is set up more for like overnight, longer trips and things like that. So check out this video if you want to see one of those longer trips.